This is MocCast FM, your voice, your story from MocCast FM News Center, bringing you accurate, timely, and reliable news.
A very good evening and welcome to today's 9 o'clock news. I am Avo Clandestine. Let's take a look at today's highlights. A tragic fire incident at Tumishi Girls has left 16 students dead and others injured. Kenya has intensified border surveillance following Ebola outbreak across Africa. Broadcasters across the East Africa convened to discuss the future of AI in media. Residents of Rongai are experiencing positive changes following the ongoing improvement of Ole Kasasi Rimpa Road. On the international news, Israeli strikes southern Lebanon as the war between the two countries continues. In the business world, Glovo unveils AI driven to transform Kenya's economy. In the sports arena, we are 2 weeks away from the 2026 FIFA World Cup held in North America. A very good evening and welcome to our broadcast. The nation is in mourning as tragic fires continue to claim lives of students and leaving others injured. A tragic fire incident at Tumishi Girls Academy in Gilgil, Nakuru County has left several students feared dead and others injured after a dormitory caught fire overnight. Emergency teams responded to the scene as investigations into the cause of the fire began. Our reporter Cherono Claire with more details.
At least 16 students are feared dead following a dormitory fire at Utumishi Girls Academy in Gilgil. The fire reportedly broke out at around 1 a.m. while the students were asleep, causing panic among learners as the flames spread through the dormitory. Emergency responders, including firefighters and police officers, rushed to the scene to contain the blaze and rescue affected students. Several learners were injured and taken to nearby hospital for treatment as investigations into the cause of the fire continue. Parents gathered outside the school waiting for information about their children as rescue and identification efforts went on.
Siku ya leo tumeamuka na siku ndefu sana ya giza. Saa 8 usiku, saa 7 na kitu usiku nilipata ripoti kwamba shule ya Utumishi Girls imechomeka, na mimi kama mzazi ya hii shule niko na msichana wangu, one of the triplets ako form 4, na tulipata hii ujumbe kwa mshtuko sana kwa sababu ilikuwa usiku wa manane. Nilitoka Nakuru tukiwa na wenzangu ambao tuliandamana nao, tukakuta shule ukiwa na majonzi nyingi, na pia tuliweza kukaa huko nje kwa sababu watoto ambao waliumia na wengine ambao walikuwa wametoka dormitory kwa sababu dormitory yao iliungua.
At least 16 students are feared dead following a reporting from MMU Radio. I am Cherono Claire.
This is MocCast FM, your voice, your story from MocCast FM News Center, bringing you accurate, timely, and reliable news.
Kenya has intensified border surveillance and health screening measures following Ebola outbreaks reported across regions of Africa. Authorities say enhanced monitoring has been deployed at key entry points, including airports and border crossings, as health officials remain on high alert to prevent the virus from entering the country and safeguard public health. Our reporter Kendi Akinyi with more details.
Health Cabinet Secretary Adan Duale has assured Kenyans that the government has put in place stringent measures to prevent the deadly Ebola virus from entering the country through its borders. Speaking during Eid al-Adha celebration on Wednesday, Duale said travelers arriving from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the neighboring Ugandans are undergoing enhanced health screening and verification before being allowed into Kenya. The Health Cabinet Secretary noted that the Ministry of Health has intensified surveillance at all entry points, including airports and borders crossing, following rising Ebola-related deaths in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Over 200 people have so far lost their lives in DRC. As a government, as a ministry, we have put all measures in place along our borders. We have put scanners. At the airport, we are doing a very serious screening of all passengers entering our country, and more so those who have either coming from Uganda or were on transit through Kinshasa. So everybody will go under serious screening and verification.
Reporting for MMU Radio, I'm Kandia King.
Media leaders, broadcasters, and technology experts from across East Africa have convened in Nairobi to discuss the growing role of artificial intelligence in shaping the future of journalism and broadcasting. The convention is focusing on how AI can transform newsroom operations, content creation, and audience engagement as media houses adapt to the rapidly changing digital world. Our reporter Esther Siriai with more details.
The three-day convention at Imara Oliseseni Hotel brought together the media houses, regulators, and content creators to discuss the future of broadcasting under the theme Reimagining. While the technologies like newsroom automation and hybrid cloud distribution took center stage, the main message from industry leaders was clear. Kenya media must drive into its technological narrative. Speaking at the event, the Kenya Broadcasting Principal Secretary Stephen Isaboke emphasized that AI tools should be internationally built to understand and prepare indigenous languages rather than relying solely on Western algorithms. Meanwhile, the Media Council of Kenya revealed that it is already drafting new policy guidelines to ensure that data privacy and editorial independence are protected as an adopt automated workflow. Industry experts agree that while algorithm can be personalized content, human oversight remains irreplaceable for maintaining credibility. Reporting for MMU Radio, I am Esther Siriai.
Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja has ordered an immediate overhaul of the presidential security detail following a major security breach. The directive follows an incident that happened on Sunday where a man evaded guards and joined President William Ruto on stage during a public address in Kilifi. As part of the shake-up, William Sawe takes over as commandant of the Presidential Escort Unit, replacing Noah Maio, who has been transferred to the police headquarters. Meanwhile, George Kirera steps in as the new deputy commandant. Our reporter Trevor Makali with more details.
Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja has ordered an immediate overhaul of the presidential security detail following a major security breach. The directive follows an incident on Friday where a man evaded guards and joined President William Ruto on stage during a public address in Kilifi. As part of the shake-up, William Sawe takes over the commandment of the Presidential Escort Unit, replacing Noah Maio, who has been transferred to police headquarters. Meanwhile, George Kirea steps up as the new deputy commandant. IG Kanga has assembled a special investigation team, declaring that the president's safety a matter of grave national security. The new Michael Jackson biopic, starring his nephew, Jafar Jackson, is drawing packed-up crowds and bridging a major generational gap. Gen Z audiences are packing local cinemas to experience the King of Sports story for the very first time. While film critics notice missing storylines about Janet Jackson and the legendary producer Quincy Jones, moviegoers are singing and dancing in the aisles. Reviewers say that the film successfully humanizes a global legend for a new generation of fans. The biopic is currently playing in theaters worldwide. I'm Makali Trevor, and this has been your news.
Former President Uhuru Kenyatta has condemned ethnic profiling remarks made by UDA Secretary General Hassan Omar and urged politicians to avoid tribal and reckless statements, warning that such rhetoric could trigger a repeat of the 2007-2008 post-election violence. Let's get more details from our reporter Samuel Odhiambo. Residents of Rongai are experiencing positive changes following the ongoing improvement of the Ole Kasasi Road connecting Rimpat to the main Kiserian Road. The project is expected to improve transport, support local businesses, and ease movements for motorists, students, and traders within the area. Our reporter Lydia Nzeeka with more details.
Road improvement along Orikasazi to Rimba Road brings hopes to Rongai residents.
Residents of Rongai begins to experience positive changes following ongoing improvement along the Orikasazi Road connecting Rimba to the main Syrian Road. The project is expected to improve transport, boost business and easy movement for students, motorists and traders. This feature highlights how the road upgrade its transforming daily life within the community. For many years, residents experienced difficulty using the road, especially during rainy. However, the ongoing repairs have brought in renewable hope and excitement among the members of the community. Boda Boda operators says the improved roads has reduced travel delays and motorcycle damages caused by the lightning. This road is helping us save time and customers can now travel comfortably. Business is becoming better. This is words from one of the Boda Boda rider. Local business owners also says accessibility has improved, attracting more customers to shops and markets around the area. More people are now coming to buy goods because the roads easy to use. Residents believe the road project will continue to open up the areas for growth and development. We appreciate efforts being made. Reporting for MMU Radio, I'm Lydia Nzeka.
This is MyCast FM, your voice, your story from MyCast FM News Center, bringing you accurate, timely, and reliable news.
In the business platform, Kenya delivery platform Glovo has unveiled a suite of new artificial intelligence solutions aimed at transforming Kenya's informal economy. Announced at the GITEX Kenya 2026 Summit in Nairobi, the AI-driven tools are specifically engineered to support local merchants, delivery riders, and consumers by addressing practical day-to-day operational challenges within the everyday economy. Our reporter Adolfa Anyango with more details.
Speaking at the summit, Global Kenya Managing Director Caroline Mutuku emphasized that the future of AI on the African continent hinges on its practical application. For an everyday economy to thrive, technology must act as a bridge that helps solve the daily operational challenges experienced by local merchants, riders, and customers, Mutuku stated. She urged that AI adoption in Africa should steer away from purely futuristic concepts and focus heavily on tangible solutions for informal traders and gig economy workers. To achieve this, Global is already deploying predictive intelligence tools designed for small businesses. These tools allow local merchants to better focus customer demand, minimize waste, and identify peak trading windows, effectively boosting overall efficiency and profitability. For delivery riders, the technology firm has rolled out AI-powered operational models aimed at reducing idle standby time, improving multi-stop delivery efficiency, and stabilizing consistent earning opportunities. In tandem with operational upgrades, Global highlighted its active collaboration with Kenya National Transport and Safety Authority (NTSA) through a newly integrated in-app safety feature. Delivery riders receive data-driven riding analytics intended to encourage safer behavior on the road. Concurrently, the customer experience is receiving a data-backed overhaul. Glovo is leveraging metrics such as location, user order history, and time of day trends to generate highly prioritized platform recommendations for individual customers. The integration of this advanced system extends beyond customer-facing functions. Glovo noted that international automation tools are now actively streamlining workflows and enhancing back-end efficiency across its cooperative, engineering, finance, legal, and customer support department. For MMU Radio, I'm Anyango Dolfa.
As we move on to the international news, the Israeli military has launched a fresh wave of airstrikes across southern Lebanon, despite an ongoing truce with Ebola. According to the Lebanese state media and AFP reports, several towns in the Tyre district and Nabatet province were targeted, forcing residents to flee after evacuation warnings were issued. Some buildings collapsed following the airstrike, while nearby homes and vehicles were also damaged. Our reporter Dennis Macau now tells us more.
The Israeli military on Tuesday launched a series of strikes across Lebanon, particularly the south, while warning residents of a dozen towns to flee ahead of attacks, despite an ongoing truce in the war with Hezbollah. Lebanon's state-run National News Agency and AFP photographers said the strike targeted several areas in the Tyre district and Nabatea province in the country's south. The top two floors of a building in Mashuk in the Tyre district collapsed after an airstrike, according to AFP images. It also damaged neighboring buildings and parked cars.
Well, since that displacement order was issued by the Israeli military, shortly after that we've heard jet fighters circling over the city. I'm going to step aside so we can zoom in. We're looking at the southern suburbs there. We've heard the 4 different strikes, and we saw the most recent one. You can still see smoke rising from where the bomb landed on in the southern suburbs, which is a Hezbollah stronghold that's been almost entirely depopulated for the last month, following multiple displacement orders and airstrikes by Israel, but still often the Israeli military issues these warnings ahead of the strikes. There were strikes there 2 days ago. There's been 4 more now.
A strike on the same town a day prior destroyed a primary health care center managed by the Hezbollah-linked Islamic Health Committee, the Lebanese Health Ministry said.
And we move to the sports arena. Arsenal has officially hosted the Premier League trophy, celebrating their first English title in 22 years. The Gunners kept off their championship campaign on Sunday with a 2-1 victory against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Striker Gabriel Jesus and winger Non Madueke both scored to secure Arsenal's 26th win of the season. Captain Martin Odegaard lifted the silverware amidst fireworks and celebration from thousands of travelling fans. Mikel Arteta's squad now turns their attention to the Champions League final against Paris Saint-Germain PSG this coming Saturday.
Hello and welcome to Sports News. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will start in 1 week in North America. Before the tournament begins, there is a problem. Officials in New York and New Jersey are checking how FIFA sold tickets. They want to know if tickets prices were too high and if fans got the wrong information about tickets for games in MetLife Stadium. The stadium will host 8 World Cup matches, including the final match on July 19th. Many fans say the tickets were very expensive. Some fans also say they paid a lot of money but didn't get good seats. FIFA has not yet given a response. Officials says they want to make sure fans are treated fairly before the World Cup starts. Reporting MMU Radio, I'm Elvis Mosenda.
On the other sport news, we are exactly 2 weeks away from the historic kickoff of the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America. However, every drama is unfolding off the pitch. The Attorneys General of New York and New Jersey have officially launched a joint investigation into the FIFA ticketing prices. Authorities are probing claims of manipulated pricing and fake scarcity regarding matches at MetLife Stadium, which is set to host 8 games, including the highly anticipated World Cup final on July 19th. And lastly, as we finish our news, attention remains on the Finance Bill 2026 and its possible impact on millions of Kenyans. While the government say the proposals are aimed at boosting revenue and stabilizing the economy, critics warn they could raise the cost of living even further. Let's get a detailed explanation of the Finance Bill 2026 and how it will affect the common wananchi. A new 25% tax will be charged on smartphones upon activation, which could increase new smartphone device prices. Existing tax exemption on money transfer and digital bank card fees are removed, making transactions like M-Pesa more expensive. Second-hand clothes mitumba importers must pay an upfront 5% tax, which is highly expected to push up the prices of clothes. A 16% tax will apply to internet TV. online movies, music, and software updates. The tax on residential rental income increases from 7.5% to 10%, meaning landlords may pass this cost to tenants through higher rent. A new 20% tax will be taken from any money you win on gambling or betting wallets. And lastly, the deadline to file your annual KRA tax returns is pushed earlier from June 30th to April 30th. And that brings us to the end of our tonight's news. I am Avo Clandestine. Have a good evening.